Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do a really quick video on this because I don't think anyone's mentioned this. Maybe nobody knows. I don't know. But the Dreams of Gaia has had an upgrade. This is a really well-known popular tarot card deck. It's been around for a while. And it's funny because it's just absolutely magic that it showed up this weekend. If you follow along on my channel and you see the different things I post and the stuff that I do, I shared this weekend we had the Aurora Borealis, so the Northern Lights actually made it into our area and we were able to enjoy it. And not just like a little bit, like a lot. And that is a rare thing that happens. That doesn't commonly happen here. I don't think I've ever seen the Northern Lights here at all. It was actually on my bucket list. It was like one of the things that I really wanted to experience in my life was the Northern Lights. And it was it was absolutely magical. And the yard is looking fantastic. So we had like the Northern Lights come on and come in and do their beautiful, unbelievable show in the sky for a couple hours. And then we had a bunch of mushrooms pop up on the yard and throughout in the yard and throughout the yard. I shared pictures of that as well too, which is a big deal because that's like the mycelium layer of my property obviously is correcting itself. When we first moved in, blah blah blah, it wasn't a good property. There was a lot of issues. Me and my husband have been spending the last 4 almost 5 years now, going on 5 years, correcting the soil and amending things and trying to breathe some life back into this completely drained patch of land. So we started seeing some really cool things this weekend with mushrooms and different things like that showing up on the property. And the weather was absolutely astounding. Yesterday was an overcast, beautiful, light, rainy day with some beautiful thunderstorms rolling through. Like, not scary, nothing like where winds are breaking things and torrential downpour. It was just a beautiful, like classic thunderstorm throughout the day. A couple of them roll through. And then today is like absolutely one of the most beautiful days to go down on record. Like, it is so gorgeous out right now. But, anyways, so let's talk about this though, because I need to talk about this. So, the Dreams of Gaia is a deck that I moved on a long time ago. I'm not really sure why. I don't really have a reason other than I just didn't connect with it the way that I wanted to. And I don't even think it was that. I think it was the fact that it adheres to its own system. And I wasn't at a point to dedicate myself to it to really thoroughly get to know it. And therefore, in one of my like crazy purges, I purged it and got rid of it and then regretted it shortly after and just never got around to rebuying it. Then, when the pocket edition of this came out a few months ago, maybe last year, it hasn't been that long, I grabbed it because I was like, oh crap, like this looks awesome. And so I grabbed it, but I'm not a big, huge fan of mini decks. I have a couple, but I'm really satisfied with the ones that I have. And I don't want more than I already have, if that makes any sense. I'm really quite content with what I have, and I don't really need more. I have the Aquarian Tarot in mini tin. I have the mini Roots and Wings. I have a couple of Normans that are really small. They usually are, right? That's typically what they are. I have Barbara Walker's pretty small. So like I do have, and there's more. I can't think of them off the top of my mind, but I have a good little mini tin collection or mini deck collection that I'm really quite satisfied with. So when I bought this one, the reason why I bought it in the mini tin is because I saw the cardstock was matte. And I was like, wow, that looks really awesome. So I brought it in I had it for a while. Wasn't really my cup of tea, and it got rehomed and moved on. But then I kept thinking about this deck, and I kept thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to buy the larger full-size edition, no matter what the cardstock is, high gloss or not, like who cares? I really want the deck. So I ordered it. Now, the weird thing about this deck showed up at my house in under 24 hours, which is unheard of. It's unheard of. When I order things from Amazon, from Indigo, from anywhere, it doesn't matter where I order it from, it takes at least a week to get to me. This showed up at my house in under 24 hours, and I'm like completely blown away by that. It completely, I don't even know how that happened. But this whole weekend's been like that. It's just been a really crazy, magical, interesting weekend. Like it's but all on a good level. So this morning when I got this, I opened it up and I was completely shocked what was inside. And I'm going to show you guys, and we're going to do a quick flip through, and we're going to take a look at what's happening. So like it's just Blue Angel has, I love how they always have this to protect. There's a lot of thought that goes into their decks, I feel, and they're all beautiful. The book is still the amazing, huge book that has all of the wonderful information that you still need and require, right? So nothing's changed that way. It's still the same book, but these have changed. And what do I mean by that? They are matte too. They are no longer glossy cards, which I was not expecting. Nobody has said that this deck, its cardstock was changed. So I was expecting the high gloss coated cards that they had been previous. I was not expecting this beautiful matte finish. So let me clear a little space here and let's get into this and check it out. Like this is just, it's so beautiful. Like I even like the blue that's inside is just, I don't know, there's something about it all that's really pretty. And of course, I'm going to edge this in black. It's going to happen. I've already got my pen that's ready to go, or my marker. I feel like the size is close to the same. I don't have the old one to compare it to. It might be a tad smaller, but I feel like the size is, I think, the same. I'm going to say it is. All right, and I'm going to zoom down and into this so you guys can see these images up close, because I know like the gloss adds so much brightness and clarity and like that crisp, clear, bright imagery, right? But there's something about this matte cardstock that gives it, like I said in my post, like this dreamlike ethereal energy, which this deck already has, right? All right, so there we are. We're zoomed in. And like I said, this deck's been around a while. So, I mean, everybody knows like what it is and what it looks like, right? Backs. But see how it's not, like, let me see if I can get really close so you guys can see. Oh, like it's so pretty. I don't know. I like the high gloss, but I'm really feeling, I might have a little bit of ding. Nope, just the way that it is. I'm really feeling this matte. And like that's the whole reason why I got the mini tin, was because I was like, or the mini. I keep saying mini tin. That one actually wasn't in a tin, and it was a beautiful, beautiful miniature deck. But like I said, I don't want any more minis. And the mini deck also doesn't have your titles. It just has the numbers. And I really wanted to see the titles on the cards. And I feel obviously the heavy borders, like they have really heavy black borders. I feel like the black borders have been reduced. So there's a little bit more of the imagery, like, and the imagery takes up more of the card. Yeah, because I feel like the borders were thicker on the original. Look at the crown, eh? And I'm trying to decide which one I like better. Oh, we got a little bit of a misprint right here. A little bit of a misprint. I don't know. I think they're still so beautiful. And I'm not the type of person, like, that little white spot on the border, like, whatever, who cares? That wouldn't bug me. If it was in the middle of the image, yeah, that would bug me. But it is not. Oh, look at this intuition. And integrity. Like, I love this card. It's just so, like just empowering. And then anyone who doesn't know, but I'm sure most people do know, the Dreams of Gaia is very elemental based. So those were the majors, which includes in, I believe, so in the majors, you end up with 3 extra cards. So we've got intuition, integrity, faith. And then it goes into the minor. And then the minors go into, at that moment in time, it's not pentacles, cups, nothing like that. It's the elements, which is earth, fire, water, and air. So this is obviously, let me go back. This is our earth element. And all of the aces or the ones are dragons, which is fantastic too. So if you're a fan of the Dream of Gaia, you'll have to decide if you like this matte version or not. If anyone moved on the Dream of Gaia because the cardstock was really, really glossy, well, now here's your chance to own it in matte. I love her. It's like one of my favorite cards. And so far, it seems that I only had that one card that had that little misprint on the edge. I love her too. Okay, and then this is air. So here's our dragon starting us off again. Okay, so this card, it makes me laugh. Every time I look at it, it looks like, and I don't know her name, but if anybody watched True Blood, this looks like the girl who played Sookie Stackhouse. And I cannot remember her name for the life of me right at this moment. But it looks like Sookie. Like a mystical Sookie. Isn't that funny? Every time I see it, that's what I think of. Like, I don't know. Like, this is pretty magical looking. And like not being like glossy. The cards are not as bright, but they're still pretty bright. Okay, and here's our fire. The thing that's nice about it too is it's like, it's obvious, right? It's obvious that this is earth, right? It's obviously, it's green, it's earthy, it makes sense. And you know, earth goes with pentacles, right? So you still have your associations. These are very obvious air cards. They're all the same blue tones, right? So it's really, really obvious. Then these are obviously fire cards. They have those oranges and those yellows and those reds. Oh, like, she's so beautiful too. Sorry, they're sticking because they're brand new. Like, I feel the colors are muted a tad, right? A tad. But not enough to like make me go, whoa, like this is so different. To me, it's not. Like, they're still so colorful and beautiful. And they're still really bright and vivid. And then last but not least, here is our water. And I'm trying to decide, like, obviously I have favorite cards throughout the entire thing, but I'm trying to decide if there's a specific suit that speaks more to me, and I'm thinking it's water. Maybe earth, but the water is really quite beautiful. There's just so much like flowing to it, and obviously that's like my Pisces in me, right? Oh, and I love her too. One of my favorite cards. And I love, there's so much chakra reference in this deck. I love it. And she's so beautiful too. I don't know. I feel like it gives everything like this glow, like this mystical, like glow to the cards. I think the matte, it suits it. Queen of Water and the King. Yeah, I don't know. I was so surprised. I have not read it. I have not, like, nothing says anything about, nowhere has anyone been mentioning that this deck has been like redone and is now in matte. Like, nobody at all. So if you were looking to add it back into your collection because you weren't a fan of the high gloss, now's the time. And like I said, I'm going to edge it in black 100%. I can't get over how beautiful it is. I'm going to sit down and do a reading with it tonight. Yeah, I'm super excited. Like, this is so perfect that it showed up on this weekend. This has just been one of those weekends where it's been absolutely, truly magical. And now this deck shows up in matte, which is awesome. So I ended up getting this. I grabbed this on Amazon Canada, right? So I'm assuming at this point, this deck is going to be matte from this point on. I don't know. There might be a few places that still have the old stock. Let me see if it says. So they're saying this printing they did in 2022. See, but like, that was a while. Why have I not heard anything about this? About it being matte? I don't know. Maybe I just haven't seen it, but it shocked me. I wasn't expecting that. And I'm like pleasantly surprised. So that was a quick little flip through for anybody who's wondering what the difference is between the high gloss and the matte. To me, it does change the artwork a tad. Like I said, kind of gives it more of this like mystical dream, more of a dreamlike state. But I think it works well, and the colors are still super bright and vibrant and absolutely stunning. And yeah, it's great, right? So there you go. Dreams of Gaia has had an upgrade. Thanks for watching. All of my subscribers, thank you so much. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe. My memberships are now up and active. If any of those speak to you guys, you can find those on my channel's main page. And once again, thank you so much. And I hope that everyone is enjoying themselves and having a wonderful weekend. And like I always say, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.